First up, our top story, author Salman Rushdie has now lashed out at Mamata Banerjee, accusing her of ordering the police to block his arrival in Kolkata. And he also claims that the police, in fact, incited the protest against him. And remember, this comes after he was not allowed to attend that literature festival there in Kolkata on Wednesday. Now he's come out, lashed out clearly at Mamata Banerjee. Listen in to what his first reaction was.
I don't know who has done that, but I should welcome the decision of the state government that the government has or the authority has not allowed Salman Rushdie to visit Kolkata. This is the welcome step by the government of West Bengal. I should congratulate the government. Only one thing Salman Rushdie has got only to attack Islam, and he has no second agenda on his literature. I should welcome the step of the government of West Bengal, and I should congratulate the government also. I am not a minister in the state government. As an MP, as a people's representative, I can say this. This is the welcome step taken by the government to keep communal harmony and national integration. It is better Salman Rushdie should keep him out from this state himself. He should not come. Himself, he should refrain from coming to the state.
I haven't heard anything about this, but if it is true, it's very, very disturbing and is part of the general sort of intolerance of dissent, or even creating intolerance where none exists, because I didn't know that there was anything against Rushdie's visit, beforehand. So it almost seems to have been manufactured, the kind of intolerance over here, which is very disturbing. It is, but it's part of a larger malaise in West Bengal that has to do with this new government seeming to have come to power not to reverse some of the intolerant tendencies of the previous government, but to extend those tendencies. But it's also part of a larger malaise within India itself, where freedom of expression is seen almost as a middle-class luxury. Which it isn't, because India is a deeply unequal and hierarchical society, and so freedom of expression is right at the core of how we, move on towards the future, and we are becoming less and less free instead of more and more free. If it is true, I don't have inside information myself, but if it is true that it is being stopped by the Chief Minister, of course, it is a curb on the freedom of expression, but also every time something like this happens, whether it's in Bengal or in Jaipur or elsewhere, what is not talked about is what does the law say about this? Does the law permit a government or a group of any political grouping or anybody in particular to stop things like this happening? If the law doesn't permit it, we should have clarity on that front, and the law should be enforced. But first of all, it should be very clear to us what the law says about it. If there is a law that prevents such a thing from happening, then it should be invoked very strongly, which it never is. We get into this kind of discussion about the right and the wrong of it. But there are things, the right and wrong of an issue is subjective. Over and above that, there is a law that allows freedom of expression. Right. To a certain extent, whether or not it is offending somebody. That is independent of it. And we need to invoke that law if such a law exists, which I'm sure it does.
We've seen that in the M.F. Hussain case. We've seen that in Vishwarupa. We've seen that in so many other issues. We need the courts now to rule, unfortunately again, as to what an individual or a thinker can say or not say, which is very sad.
Sir, another question. Today, Salman Rushdie said that West Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee ordered to police to block my arrival to attend the Kolkata Literature Festival. So,
this is incredibly sad that a person of Salman Rushdie's eminence, who's written such a huge body of work, and for a second just forget the particular piece that everybody seems to object to. But the fact that he is welcome in India, he has a PIO status, he can travel freely. How can one state government or the other state government or whatever block his appearance? I think this is, again, fundamentally knocking at the rights of any citizen, any individual, any person who is a guest of our country. And this is very sad.
Sir, what is your reaction on Vishnu?
I am absolutely delighted that people like Leela Sampson and Manish Tiwari have taken the stand that they have. Again, I think it's an issue of who is a political group or the political group playing into the hands of.